Have you ever set a huge goal? I mean, you're fired up, you're full of motivation, only to find yourself right back where you started a few weeks later? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you the problem isn't your willpower? What if it's your entire strategy? Well, today we're going to dig into Dan Koe's super powerful protocol for changing your life by changing who you are, all in one single focused day.
Okay, let's just start with a hard truth. Up to 90% of New Year's resolutions fail. Just let that sink in for a second. That's a massive failure rate. And we usually blame ourselves, right? We think, I just need more discipline, or I'm just lazy. But the big idea we're exploring today is that this isn't a personal failing, it is a strategic one. And this is the key takeaway, right here. You've been fighting the wrong battle this whole time. You've been trying to change what you do, your habits, your actions, which is this constant, exhausting struggle against who you fundamentally are. The real change, the kind that actually sticks, comes from shifting your focus to something much, much deeper, your identity. So, to build a winning strategy, we first have to understand exactly why the old one is such a spectacular failure. Let's take a look at the common approach to change and pinpoint where it all goes wrong. This brings us to the core concept, identity-based change. I want you to imagine your identity as like the operating system of your brain. Instead of trying to force a new app, let's say a new habit, to run on an old, incompatible system, you upgrade the entire operating system first. It's a total game changer. Because once you truly believe you are a certain type of person, the actions of that person just become your natural default. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way feels like you're trying to swim upstream against a powerful current. It takes this immense, constant effort, and you're always exhausted. The new, identity-based way is about changing the direction of the current itself. And suddenly, all your actions just flow naturally toward your goal, because they're totally aligned with who you believe you are. Oh man, this quote is so powerful. Think about a professional athlete for a second. They don't have to use willpower to drag themselves to the gym. That's just who they are. Their identity as an athlete makes all that hard work feel completely normal. For them, sitting on the couch all day, that would be the real struggle. It's a lifestyle that flows directly from their identity. Okay, so if we're going to install a new identity, we first have to meet the commander of the old one. And let me tell you, this commander is tricky. It operates from the shadows of your unconscious mind, and it's directing your every single move without you even realizing it.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. None of your actions are mistakes. You heard me right. Even when you procrastinate or self-sabotage, you're not failing. You are perfectly succeeding at an unconscious goal, like maybe avoiding the fear of failure or avoiding criticism. Your behavior is always purposeful. The trick is to uncover that hidden purpose. Alfred Adler's quote just drives this home. You might say, oh, I really want to be a writer. But your movements, what you're actually doing, like watching TV, scrolling social media, they reveal the true unconscious goal, which is, I want to avoid the potential rejection of my writing. Your actions, not your words, tell the real story of what you truly want in this moment. I absolutely love this metaphor. Your current identity is like a fortress you built when you were a kid to protect yourself. And hey, it worked back then. But now, as an adult, those same protective walls are the very things keeping you trapped inside. Any attempt to escape triggers the fortress's defense system. Anxiety, fear, doubt, all designed to pull you back in and keep you safe in your comfort zone. The very first step to breaking out is realizing you're in a prison, not a shelter. All right, we've analyzed the old strategy, and we've met the unconscious commander. Now it's time for action. This is the practical, one-day operation designed to tear down those prison walls for good. This protocol is designed to walk you through 3 essential emotional states. First, there's dissonance. That's when you get so fed up, so frustrated with how things are that change becomes absolutely non-negotiable. Then comes uncertainty, that messy middle ground where you've let go of the old you, but you haven't quite grabbed onto the new one yet. And finally, discovery, where the fog lifts, clarity emerges, and you forge your new identity. The operation starts in the morning with some, let's be honest, brutally honest questions. These are not supposed to feel good. Their whole purpose is to create what's called an anti-vision. A crystal clear, vivid picture of the future you are absolutely desperate to avoid. This pain isn't for punishment. It's the rocket fuel you're going to need for takeoff. Next up, you interrupt your daily autopilot. You literally set alarms on your phone with these questions. You know, when you hear this, you might as well think about your own day. How much of it is spent on conscious, deliberate choice versus just unconscious habit? These alerts force you to become an observer of your own life, to pull yourself out of the matrix of your old patterns.
And finally, in the evening, you synthesize everything you've learned. You take all that raw data from your day, the pain from the morning, the observations from the afternoon, and you forge it into a new mission. You actually name the enemy, that specific limiting belief, and then you create a clear, simple vision for who you are becoming.
When I first read this part of the protocol, this quote is what really stood out to me. This whole process, it isn't about some magic pill. It's about the disciplined act of deep thinking. It's about asking yourself the hard, uncomfortable questions that, let's face it, most of us spend our entire lives avoiding. That's where the real transformation happens.
So you've done the hard work of the reset. You have a brand new mission. But a mission needs a clear structure to succeed, right? This final pillar is all about creating a command center for your new life, so you actually stay on track.
And here's where it gets really fun. You reframe your entire life as a video game. Now, why would you do that? Because games are absolute masters of engagement. They give us a clear objective, they have rules, and they give us that amazing sense of progress. By applying this same framework to your life, you transform the whole process of change from a dreaded chore into a compelling adventure.
Just look at this breakdown. It's so brilliant. Your vision? That's the win condition, the final level you're trying to beat. The anti-vision you created earlier? Those are the stakes. It's game over if you fail. Your year-long goal is your main quest line. Those monthly projects become boss fights, where you level up your skills. And your daily habits? Simple. Those are your daily quests to get experience points. It just makes so much sense.
So, the crucial point here is that this isn't just some fancy to-do list. This system creates a psychological force field around your attention. When you have this much clarity on your mission, all those distractions and shiny objects, they just bounce right off. You know exactly what you're doing and, more importantly, why you're doing it.
So, there you have it, the complete battle plan for re-engineering your identity. Now, let's bring this all together and give you your very first assignment. Let's just quickly recap the 3 core takeaways. First, lasting change comes from shifting your identity, not just trying to force your actions. Second, all your behaviors, even the self-sabotaging ones, are actually successful attempts at achieving a hidden unconscious goal. And third, you can systematically reset your entire identity with a one-day protocol of deep questioning and observation.
Okay, look, knowledge is useless without action. So here is your first super simple mission. I want you to take out your phone right now. No, I'm serious, do it. And set an alarm for 1:30 p.m. tomorrow with this exact question. It takes 30 seconds. It's one single tiny step to begin interrupting your autopilot and start observing your own life.
And ultimately, this is the goal. This is the prize. The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, who is famous for his work on the state of flow, said the best state we can ever be in is one with order and consciousness. That's just a state where your goals, your actions, and your identity are all in perfect, beautiful alignment. This protocol isn't just about achieving more, it's about creating that inner order. And now you have the map.